Okay, campaign video number 3. Chris Dardzinski, U.S. Taxpayers Party of Michigan, affiliated with the Constitution Party, candidate for the 13th Congressional District. Let's talk about streamlining Congress. There are currently 200 committees and subcommittees in Congress. And actually, subcommittees really didn't start flourishing out of control to the early 1970s. So that's relatively a new thing, the subcommittee stuff. That's only been going on about 54 years. But oh boy, do we have a lot of them. Okay. Congress does have oversight, just in the general sense that if you're going to be providing, if you're going to be voting on funds to pay for what the federal government does, then in the interest of good accounting and what I like to specifically refer to as fiduciary responsibility. That's a financial term and a legal term, fiduciary responsibility. Every member of Congress, the Secretary of the Treasury, and the President of the United States have direct fiduciary responsibility for spending in the federal government. But Congress has specifically the most fiduciary responsibility, which is why I keep on repeating it. So, oversight, therefore, can be for congressional oversight. There can be for every single dollar that they appropriate. Of course, this falls back to enumerated powers granted to Congress and the federal government. So, there has to be enough committees within Congress to handle oversight of all the executive branch departments and every component of the U.S. government. And to a certain extent, technology and industry and energy. Anything beyond that falls outside the constitutional scope of the powers granted to Congress and to the federal government. So what I did on my website, and you should go to my web link below so you can read this on the Streamlining Congress page, I put together a list of committees and subcommittees based on enumerated powers under Article 1, Section 8 and 9 of the U.S. Constitution. I didn't base it upon my emotions or my feelings or what I personally wanted. I based it upon the text of the Constitution. It's not my opinion. It's not my analysis. The recommendations I made are based on my very strict look at the text of the Constitution. I believe this is what we should have in Congress is leaders who follow the Constitution and therefore make policy accordingly. So I came up with about 70 committees and subcommittees. You could probably throw in another 20 just to make some people happy, but there's no reason we should go above 90. And if for some reason, by a miracle, I get elected to Congress and we start working on my committee and subcommittee proposal, if it ever went to 91 committees, I would vote against it. So, and just to let you know where I stand on that. So you should definitely review the committee and subcommittee structure I put together. I literally threw out the entire current structure and just started from scratch. And I did put together some standing committees on the big things that are joint committees between the House and the Senate, like the Budget Committee. Okay, this way, when the federal budget gets voted out of committee, it's already been hammered out in the Senate and in the House, and instead of it now currently what happens is you have all these spending bills. We don't vote on an entire federal budget anymore. We haven't done that since 2008. Think about that. 16 years now. We've been under continuing resolution regarding in the Congress regarding federal spending. I've touched on that before. So yeah, go to my Streamlining Congress page. And again, we need leaders in Congress who can think at this level and who can put together legislative proposals and recommendations that are detailed and nuanced, enough to at least have a good guideline and outline as to where to start, and then to take the process from there. If a candidate for Congress cannot do that, if a current member of Congress cannot do that, then quite frankly, they are not meeting the criteria of the oath of the office of protecting and preserving the Constitution of the United States. So we either have that level of standards for candidates and members of Congress, or we do not. I encourage you to read that section and that page and look at my recommendations. All right, everybody. Another video coming soon.